The last guest of room 307.
Part 9, The Last Guest. The black door slowly began to close. Eleanor stood inside the darkness. The Hollow King roared with rage. Its countless eyes glowed like burning stars. The entire crypt trembled. Mark watched helplessly. Eleanor? For the first time, she smiled without sadness, without fear, without the darkness that had haunted her for decades. She looked free. As the portal closed, Mark saw flashes of the past. Eleanor had never been a monster. 40 years ago, she had been an ordinary guest. When the Hollow King awakened, she volunteered to remain behind, to hold the prison closed, to protect strangers she would never meet. Generation after generation, year after year. Alone, Sarah stood beside Mark. Tears filled her eyes. She's finally going home. The darkness around Sarah began to glow softly. The curse that bound her spirit was fading. For the first time since 1987, she looked peaceful. The brass key from room 307 suddenly shattered. Golden light burst through the crypt. The black door slammed shut. A deafening silence followed. The Hollow King's roar vanished. The whispers disappeared. For the first time in centuries, the mountain was quiet. Far above them, Blackwood Hotel began collapsing. Walls cracked. Windows shattered. The ancient building groaned as if taking its final breath. Its purpose had ended. Its secrets had been buried. Its curse was broken. Mark ran through the tunnels. The ceiling crumbled behind him. Dust filled the air. At last he saw moonlight, fresh air, freedom. He climbed out onto the mountainside just as the final section of the hotel disappeared into the earth. For the first time since arriving, Mark saw the sunrise. Golden light spread across the mountains. Birds sang in the distance. The storm was gone. The place where Blackwood Hotel once stood was now empty. Nothing remained. No ruins. No foundation. No evidence the hotel had ever existed. Months later, Mark searched for answers. There were no records of Blackwood Hotel. No newspaper articles. No photographs. No blueprints. It was as if the building had been erased from history. Only one thing remained. The old pocket watch. Still ticking. Hidden inside the watch, Mark discovered a folded letter. The handwriting belonged to his grandfather, Michael Turner. The letter was addressed to him, to his grandson. The letter read, "If you are reading this, then the curse has finally ended. I was too weak to stop it. Eleanor paid the price for my survival. If you ever meet her, tell her thank you. Tell her she saved more lives than anyone will ever know. Mark read the letter twice, then a third time. That night, Mark sat alone in his apartment. Pocket watch rested on the table. Suddenly, knock, knock, knock. 3 soft knocks echoed through the room. Mark froze. The sound came from his front door. Exactly at midnight. Slowly, Mark approached. This time he wasn't afraid. He opened the door. A cool breeze entered the room. No one stood outside. The hallway was empty, silent, peaceful. Then he noticed something on the floor. A single white flower. Fresh. Beautiful. Attached to the flower was a small note. Only 2 words were written. Thank you. Mark smiled. For the first time since Blackwood Hotel, he felt at peace. Somewhere beyond the darkness, Eleanor was finally free. Years later, Mark returned to the mountains. The forest had reclaimed everything. Yet among the trees he found something strange. An old brass room number, half buried beneath the soil. The number read. He picked it up and smiled. The nightmare was over, but the memory would remain forever. Some stories end with answers. Others end with mysteries. Perhaps Blackwood Hotel never truly existed. Perhaps it still waits somewhere beyond forgotten roads and endless storms. But one thing is certain. No one ever checked into room 307 again. No one ever heard the midnight knock. And no one ever became its next victim. Because the last guest had finally checked out. The end. End of part 9. The end. Thank you for watching. Please tune in for another story next time.